All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Amalie Schaefer, and I'm with Systematic Excellence Consulting, and this is the ClickUp Mastery YouTube channel. I am so excited for you guys to be here because I have a special guest, Olivia. And today we are going to go over a course launch with ClickUp. So essentially, well, actually, Olivia, let me let you introduce yourself, then I'll give the rundown of what we're going to do. Okay, so go ahead and
Okay.
introduce yourself. I'm just so excited to
Okay.
hear.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Emma. So my name is, I've been saying productivity with soul so much that now I start telling people that that's my name. Like,
Well, I mean,
I
it's
am
you, it's your
productivity.
baby, it's your baby.
Oh my goodness. My name is Olivia West, and I am the Productivity Maven, and I help women entrepreneurs align what's in their heart with what's in their head so that they can connect their heart, their soul to their goals. And basically what I'm saying is that helps you become unstoppable. So I'm just excited to be here because I have this really cool tool that I use in my own program called Productivity with Soul. And we're going to look at how we're going to merge the two together.
Yeah.
It's called Sticky Priorities Planner with ClickUp.
ClickUp. Yeah. So what we're going to do, basically, we are going to pretend that we are in the situation where we've just launched our course or program, whatever you want to call it. And we just closed the cart. And now we're in this transition period from launching to delivering.
Right.
Because it takes a change of mindset, because from there, right, it's all great, like you can launch, you get all these people signed up, but then you got to worry about not dying from indigestion, right? And you have to be able to deliver on that, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use her planner, and we're going to go through some tasks that come up in that kind of transition period, right? So, and we're also pretending that we launched the course, we pre-sold it, and that we only created the first week of content. And now we need to start to create the next modules 1 week ahead of the people who bought the program. So that's kind of where we're at and how we're going to plan that. And so the idea behind this is that we're sitting down, you know, we're improvising here. So we're gonna sit down. It's Sunday. We're sitting down on Sunday evening or Monday morning, and we're starting to plan our week, knowing that we have all these people that enter the program, and there's things that we need to do, because even though you've launched a program, the rest of your business is still running, right? You still need to do all these other things. And so what we're doing is using her tool, and then I'm going to switch for once she goes over the tool, then we're going to switch over to ClickUp, and I'm going to show how I took what we discussed and what we planned out in the tool in her planner into ClickUp. Because in order to be able to take action on things, you really need, like, the planner is perfect to help you prioritize, to brain dump, prioritize, give things a label it. But then the next step is really giving it due dates, right? Like actually saying, okay, I'm going to work on it this day, then I'm going to get this done, and I'm going to do this. And without that, you just have a list, but no real context of when you can do it in your week. So that's kind of where we're gonna put it together. So, all right, Olivia, do you want to share your screen so we can start with the planner?
Let's do this. So what we've done is we've pre-filled out the tasks. We went through a few tasks and we said, okay, this is what we would need to think about to do, you know, after the launch and transitioning into the delivery mode, providing a service of your program or starting your course. In this case, we're using a course that we're going to be preparing modules for. So this is the planner, and I just want to do a quick overview of how it works. So what it takes into consideration. First of all, you know, sometimes you know all the things you need to do. And what you need to do is go just brain dump all the things you need to do, like we talked about, Amalie talked about it earlier. And then the next thing is when you do that, okay, you have this, I'm gonna move this over here. Whoops. So what you have here on this side is the focus categories. Because when you are prioritizing, when you're thinking about what you need to do, it's important to make sure that you're doing the right things, right? So in this case, because we know we're in the phase of delivery, we want to make sure that the tasks that we're doing are directly related to the delivery, and also because you're running your business, the things in your business that will either that will generate revenue.
Right.
So,
and you can't do everything at one time, so you need to be able to
exactly.
prioritize. And by labeling it allows you to know what priority you need to do them in. So
Exactly. So to save time, we went ahead and pre-filled the task. Now what we want to do is we want to just make sure this is basically a list to help you make sure that what you're choosing to do falls within a category that will truly matter to your business.
yeah.
So checking support email every day. I want you to tell me, Amalie, so do you think that would be customer service, which is important, or delivery?
So I think it's customer service.
Absolutely.
And I think also that it should normally be a normal, like regular task, but I think because you just launched, it should get a little bit higher priority now because of that. Because you're going to actually have people that, maybe have login issues or need refunds or, whatever comes up. So I think just like issuing refunds, customer service. And so
Exactly.
it should get a little higher priority right now because you're going to have a bunch of people joining your program or your course. And then all of a sudden, right, I think it should be a recurring task daily anyway, but it gets a little higher priority now because of where we're at.
That's right. Exactly. And that's exactly what you said is exactly how this planner should be used. But I would say that part in a bit when I get to the sticky priorities.
Okay, so what are we at? Creating module 2. So I think that's delivery, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then record the video, that would be delivery.
So what we're seeing here is we're making sure we're just double checking. This is just something to help you double check that whatever you're doing is really falling within the things that matter right now in the phase that you're in right now.
Yeah.
So transfer for video.
Delivery.
Delivery. I wish I could do that. So let's pretend. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead.
Yeah, just go ahead and fill those out. Yep, exactly. That'd be delivery. And then Facebook group engagement, we'll just call relationship building. And when we came up with that task, we kind of meant it like normal everyday business stuff, I think.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So relationship building. So what we'll do is we'll continue because I feel like my
is it because I'm in it maybe?
You know what? It's only because I'm going to move this over. Okay. It's not at all. Okay, so the next thing, I wish I could do this. I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should have done it ahead of time. That's what I'm thinking. Social media planning, that is content creation, the social media posting, right? So,
and this is normal everyday business stuff. So yeah.
Marketing, client deliverables, delivery, client calls, creating a feedback form. That is because the feedback form is to know how you can do better for next time.
I would call it customer service. I mean, that's what I would call it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's going to help you be better next time too, right? So that's definitely customer service.
Yeah.
And the last
and then the lessons learned. Yeah.
Is
I would planning. I'd call that planning.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like if you're going to get ready to launch it on a regular basis, you need those lessons learned. Now, does it take priority over creating content for module 2? I mean, probably not, right? Depending on how much time you have, I would say probably not, because you need to get the content done because people are going to be waiting for the content if you're dripping it out, right?
That's right, exactly. So the next part of this planner is evaluating each task. And this basically, what you're doing is you're thinking between the numbers between 1 and 100 for both the value and the effort. And why this is important is because this will help you categorize these tasks. These tasks, how important are they? okay, to do right away. So checking support email every day. Right now, the value is very high because this
Yeah.
is what you're in the phase of delivery. If you were in the phase of creating your product and you didn't have any support emails to even think about,
Right.
the value at that moment would be like one, right? Like
Yeah.
just so that means that it would end up being in a back burner because checking support. So we'll put it like say 95, right?
Uh-huh.
The effort that it requires is pretty low.
Yeah.
Right. So anything below 50, this is how it works. The logic between this is anything between is considered low when it's under 50 and then or under 50 and above 50, it's high,
Okay.
right? Priority, high effort, high value. Okay, so the effort is low. So I would say maybe 30. And this it goes according to how you do your things, right?
Yeah.
So this is very personal, how
Yeah.
you move in your own business, right? So issue
Hmm.
funds, the value is, what would you say the value is, Amalie?
Um, I mean, I'd put it, let's give it like 80.
Okay. And then the effort to do
I
that,
mean, same, I'd probably put, it's not much effort to do it, you know?
right? So
But I do think it's important for relationship building because if someone wants a refund that and you issue it time in a timely manner, you know, they're likely to either purchase from you again or purchase something else or whatever.
absolutely. And I just,
Login issues, I think, is definitely high. I would put value on that.
oh, but because I mean, you want people to have access,
Right.
right?
I love how it populates itself. I love that. I think
Yeah.
that's so cool.
I
And the
say,
effort for that is low. I mean, I'd put 30 for that because getting login information to a course platform, it's not that difficult, you know. I mean,
mhm,
if you're doing a bunch of them, the time adds up, but it's not difficult.
that's right. Creating the module,
I mean, I think that's high,
that's
definitely.
100 because this
Yeah.
is your product, right?
And
This
I
is
would put like 60 or 70 for effort because I think there's going to be more effort to do that. I mean,
yes.
yeah. And I would
Okay.
do the same for like record video, transcript because they all kind of go together.
Yeah, exactly. So record video, the effort, because it's a subtask, I would say
True.
probably
Okay. Good call.
module. I would say probably, well, for me, remember, you're looking always from the point of view of how much
Yeah.
effort to you to do
So
this
if
thing.
I'm doing this, I would say I would probably give it like 60
Okay.
for recording the video. Now the transcript is low effort, but high value, right? So it's going to be high value transcript for the
Transcript for
video
video, the value is high, but it's not as
as
high
high. Yeah.
in the video. It would not be the end of the world if you did not
Right.
have,
So maybe 60 and
right.
then effort's low. I'd say like 30 because all you do, you know, you submit it, have to edit it. I mean, I guess effort is high because editing it can take longer.
Because transcript for video for mod, you're right, it requires
So why
editing.
don't you, could you put 60 for the effort?
Right.
Only because it
Yeah.
does take some time to do that. And then
Yeah.
uploading the video, I mean, it's values high, but it's like super low because it doesn't take long, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
So
So
maybe
the video is one of like, I think,
100, yeah, but like 20, I don't know. It's not going to be much
with,
effort. It'll take 2 minutes.
yeah, exactly. Checking email sequence are fine, firing off. So when we're talking about that's email sequence. This was the delivery, right? So in our case, we were talking about making sure that they're getting their reminders, that the module,
Yeah.
anything that has to do within the actual cohort of the
Yeah.
program, right? The emails
Or follow-up sequences. So if you had like an OTO or some sort of high upsell and people didn't purchase it, you want to make sure that the emails that are bringing people back into the
yes,
funnel are firing. So that's super important because that's
yeah,
leaving money on the table if they're not.
that's right. Did you say leaving money on the table? I'm putting 100.
Yeah.
You're leaving money on
But
the
the
table?
effort, but the yeah, exactly. But the effort isn't much because you're just going in. Now, if it's not working, it could potentially cause some effort. But I'd say let's give it like 20 or 30 for effort because all you're doing is going in and checking really quickly. And that'd be
It's a
something you could
25.
easily delegate, you know?
I put it in
Okay,
between 20 and
I
30.
like that. So Facebook
And
group engagement, when I came up with this one, I was meaning it as if this is just your normal Facebook group, which is still important, but I would say not as important as the other ones. So value, I would give it maybe like, I don't know, 70, but the effort's kind of low. I mean, that's what I would,
Okay, so the effort would be like what, 40 then?
yeah, I think that's good.
Because I
Yeah.
mean, here's what happens, I find, is that when you post something and when you're engaging, the reason why I give it a little bit more effort in my case, because when you post one thing, you're not just posting and you leave it. You actually need to come back and respond.
Yeah, and engage.
You know
You're
what I
right.
mean? And sometimes you
Yeah.
got to think about what people are saying. You know what I mean? So I
Yep.
think that in that sense, it's for
Yeah.
me personally, it would require that would be more effort for me.
Yeah.
So I would say four. It's not high effort. It's just because it just ends up taking up more time than you
Yep.
expect, right? And so social media posting, um, that's how you get known. That's your marketing,
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably give it the same as the Facebook engagement, honestly.
right? Yeah. Okay. And then I would say the same thing because the same
Yeah. Yep.
engagement, having to follow up, having to make sure
Yeah.
that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, Client deliverables. So what did you mean when you said that client
So
deliverables?
whatever client deliverables you have going on, because just because you're launching this program doesn't mean you're going to let all your clients go. I'm assuming the person in our pretend situation still has clients. So that's still high priority, right? It needs to be, and potentially high effort, because if you have work that you need to get done, you need to make sure you have time for that, because not only are you creating your regular content, potentially blog posts or videos or whatever else you're doing, but now you need to create the content for your program because you pre-sold it, and you still need to maintain your clients. So
That's right.
we're assuming that like you have client projects. Now maybe the person that does this tells their clients that they won't be able to work on projects right now, which that's probably the most ideal situation, but let's pretend like they have client projects. So that's still high
Yes.
priority and potentially high effort. So
Yes.
maybe give it like, I don't know, 90. And then effort, I'd probably give it like 70.
And the client,
Client calls, same thing. I'd give it high
yeah.
priority, depending on how long the calls are, potentially they're not high effort, but maybe. So let's go somewhere kind of in the middle.
Yeah. So let's say 50.
50, I think that's good. All right. And then creating the feedback form. I think that I'd probably give it 60 value. It's important, but like there's other things that need to get done first. And then
First.
effort, making the form is probably super easy. You just need to create a Google form and put it out, or create a ClickUp form or whatever. So let's just give it like 30 effort. It'll be impactful, but the effort to get it done won't be a lot.
That's
Now,
right.
value of the lessons learned, especially if you're going to do this on a regular basis, or quarterly or twice a year, whatever, is super important, so that way you don't make the same mistakes twice. I would say the value is high, so like 80 or 90, maybe 80. And then the effort is kind of high because it's going to take time for you to sit down and kind of get all those things out, maybe meeting with your team if you have a team, to figure, okay, what went wrong, what could have been better, how do we fix that, that kind of thing.
So that's a good point. So how much would you say for the effort?
Mm, like 60 maybe.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's
Okay,
good.
cool.
So here's what happens, right? So we just valued every task,
I
right?
love that.
And so you have the sweet quickies. You have like nine. Oh, that's not true. Oh, you do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's right. You have nine sweet quickies and you have five honey pots. Sweet quickies are tasks these are tasks that you can do first. They bring you lots of value and require little effort, and they
Yeah.
prioritize from the highest to the lowest value. So, which means that this list right now is in order of priority already for you.
Yeah, I love that.
You should focus first on the login issues, and then the last thing is the create the feedback form, right? These are things that are quick to do. Honeypots require more effort, but they also bring you high value. And these are in order of what should be done first, what you should focus on first. Creating your module 2 is the first thing you need to do, right? You need to focus on that. And so we don't have any back burners. We don't have any booby traps because we had used this here. Well, we did this intentionally. I could have added some back burners, booby traps, but I didn't. I wish I didn't think of
If
that.
we did like module 3, right? Like that's
Yeah,
going to be like, that can wait or something. But like the booby traps
exactly.
are like things that are low value, low effort, essentially,
Like,
right?
well, booby traps are low value, high
Oh,
effort.
high effort, right? My bad.
Yeah, because they require a lot of work.
Yeah.
You feel like you're moving forward, that you're doing something, but it brings you nothing. Not
Mm-hmm.
at the moment, right?
Yeah.
There's something else that's more important at the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're booby traps. And then back burners, they don't require any little effort, but little value. You can put them off for later.
Yeah. Okay.
So again, this is why this is time sensitive. What phase are you in? So you want
Mm-hmm.
to be thinking about that. So now I am big on support. Are you the one who's going to be doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it me or is it? So this is something that we could do between me and, okay, say me and Amalie, because we're doing this
Mm-hmm.
together, right? So login issues, Amalie, I'll take that.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to take care of uploading the
Yeah,
course?
I can do that. Yeah.
Okay. So, but you see, this is here, which is very interesting because upload video to course platform, we can't really do that before.
Right. It's relying on or dependent on
Yeah,
creating the module
exactly.
first. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And those dependencies will be reflected in ClickUp. This is where it
Yep.
comes in, right?
Exactly.
This just helps us to know what's easy to do. And they're not necessarily, and you're going to be able to schedule them and you're going to be able to see the big picture in ClickUp.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'm going to say, Amalie, what I'm going to do is paste.
And if it's okay, well, I was going to just switch over to ClickUp to show that. So basically you would come in here and you would delegate all of it. So fitting in who's going to do what so that you know who's going to do each piece. And from there, what I would do is I would be sitting down with my calendar, my appointments for the week, and then I'm looking at ClickUp to figure out what and when I will do these things, when I would do them based on my availability. So
That's right.
if you don't mind, I'm
No,
gonna
go ahead.
share my screen.
I'm going to stop sharing mine.
Okay, cool. So the first thing I want to show here is that you can actually copy. So let's just say I want to copy this list. This is not how I have it set up in ClickUp, but I wanted to show that you can do this. So if like, let's say you had one to-do list, one main to-do list, right? So you could come in here and you can actually paste and it'll create those tasks for you. That's not how I did this, but you have those options. So you can copy and paste from a spreadsheet, which makes it super nice. So what I did is for the content, like the course or program, whatever. So what I did here is I created 2 lists. I created a course admin, meaning check for refunds, check for support, login issues, check email sequences are firing off, create a feedback form, and then create the lessons learned list. So these are going to be recurring. So I might give it a daily tag, right? Because I want that to happen daily.
That's right.
This is just one off, and then I'm going to make these recurring. I would set this up and I would say, okay, I want it to recur daily, skip weekends, create a new task, update the status to do, and then save, right? So now it's due today. I'm going to assign it. So this is when you'd come in and start assigning these tasks. I'd make this one recurring. And then these are specific to the course. So admin for the course. The other way you could do it is if you have an operations area. I did it twice just to show different ways of doing this. You might have an admin list. So then you can come in here and you can put your tasks, issue refunds as needed daily, where you would have like sending invoices to current clients. So depending on how you organize ClickUp, you can put the tasks either in an admin area where you have all your other recurring tasks, like things that happen quarterly or yearly, or check plugins on website happens monthly. So you can have them in here, or you could create a whole nother folder with a list for just your course admin or management, whatever you want to call it. So that's where I brought those tasks in. Then for the module, I would create a module template task that tells me exactly what needs to be created for the module. So what I did is
That's
I
right.
just created the module task here, and then I created the subtasks based on kind of what we are going over. So I would embed or put the, you're going to put the instructions here on what needs to be created, any instructions that you have, or if you've created an SOP with instructions for how to create your modules for your course, then you can embed that here. Depending on it, depending on how often you launch the course, or courses or programs, you might not have a written out SOP for it. So you might just type out instructions and that's fine. But I would at least create a template task so you can quickly duplicate it. But here I have like write video script, record video, edit video, write module description, upload. Now, obviously there's more involved with this. I just wanted to get those together. I created them as subtasks because in my mind, I was thinking, well, if this person has a team, it's better that they're subtasks versus a checklist. If you're
Right.
doing this project all by yourself, I would probably just create a checklist with each of these items, right? Video script. The way that I kind of decide between a checklist and a subtask is, are there multiple people working on this process at a time? If it's just me doing it, I'm creating a checklist because I don't need the subtask necessarily. The nice thing about having subtasks is you can give subtasks due dates, but you can't give checklist items due dates. So
Right. And then you can
um,
assign the subtask, the
I
specific.
would.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, within the subtask, you could assign, because in a one item, you can have many subtasks. So you say you have 10, 5 of them go to me, and then for the other 5 go to
Yeah.
you.
So
That's
in
what.
the subtask, I can create it. So, I can create their own checklist for write video script, like I can put checklist items in here, upload to Google folder when done, whatever instructions you need to add here. And then whoever's writing the video script will see their instructions here, which is part of the whole. Um,
Yes.
so it's up to you how you break it down, but I recommend if you do have multiple people working on it, you use subtask versus a checklist item. If you're and I also the other way I kind of determine between one or the other is if it's going to take longer, right? Like what this helps me see by seeing these broken down subtasks are like the milestones of, okay, this main module 2, I know needs to be done by Monday or let's say Tuesday. So I know then, okay, well, if I'm looking at my schedule, I need to write the script today for sure. Then I probably need to record the video. Probably today, I'll say I'll do it today, right? So I can start to break it down. If you're just using a checklist, it doesn't necessarily let you see all the small pieces with due dates on a calendar. And that helps me do it. So, like editing the video, you know what? That can probably be done on Monday. And we can go ahead and I'll write the module description today, and then we'll upload it on Tuesday, right? Let's just say that
Yeah.
that's the schedule, right? So then if I'm assigning all of these, well, they're all going to be to me for now. But let's say that then I want to look at the calendar. So,
And
and
remember, you've done the work of prioritizing, right?
right, yep.
In the plan, in the sticky focus planner. So then the due that will inform your due dates.
Yes, exactly. Because I'm doing it based on the priority. So we know that module 2 is super important. So I need to get that in the calendar now. Oh, let's see. Here we go. Okay. So this is just so I can see the calendar like, okay, so now I can see this fit in. If I embed my calendar, then I can see, okay, when am I going to have time to do these? And maybe I look at this and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm actually not going to be able to record the video till Monday, but it's still within my time frame because module 2 overall needs to be done on Tuesday. And then I start to look at the admin. So if I want to see all the course stuff that needs to be done, I can add a calendar view here. and then I can see everything in the folder. Right then I was just looking at the list, but now maybe I want to see all of this. So let's say all of these are due today. So let's give them all a due date of, we'll say Monday. We'll just switch it to Monday. It's fine. And then I'm going to assign them to me. So then when I look at the overall calendar view, I'm going to look at this and think, okay, so am I going to have enough time to do all of these things that I'm setting up for myself? You know, like, so hold on, let's see. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see here.
So what you're doing here right now, can you just take me through quickly?
Yeah, so basically there's different views at the top. You can switch between a list view, which is this one, and board view, which would be like Trello, calendar view. And so now I'm looking at the calendar, and what it's showing me is what is due. So now I can see, based on my priorities, that these are the tasks that we just pulled over from the planner. And now I'm looking and thinking, okay, well, what am I going to have time for? If I had you can integrate your calendar. I don't have it, but you can. So you could see when you have, like, what else you have going on. And then you might need to move it. And you might say, okay, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to need to do module 2 on Wednesday, but I'll record probably here. So I'm going to move these over because I realized, oh, that's a lot of stuff. I can't get all that done. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, but this allows you to see. So now I'm using the priority. And then maybe, you know what, maybe we do record the video on Monday. Maybe I go ahead and put this over on Monday, because it's a priority to get done. But if we've established that the due date is Tuesday, then that's fine. So anyway, this is kind of using the calendar, using the priorities from the planner, and then figuring out what you're going to do as far as like putting
question for you, quick question. So you see in the sticky priorities planner, we have, like, visually, I would personally would like to be able to see visually what task is a sweet quickie and which one is.
So we could give them tags. So we could, or labels, I'm sorry, not tags. So we could name it, what was check for? What was that called? That was the sweet quickie, right?
Yeah. And we can give them a pretty color.
Yeah.
Can we give them, because I wouldn't want to know visually.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. So we'll put that in.
Or in a day.
The module was honeypot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a sweet quickie. This was, what was the feedback form? I can't remember.
That was a sweet, I think it was a sweet quickie.
Okay.
Feedback form, yeah.
Okay. So then if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to look over here, and then I can see the labels on the time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I'll know, like, I can't have 3 honeypots in one day, personally.
Right. No, you're right. Absolutely. But I could have, well, I didn't do it to the subtasks, but I could have a bunch of sweet quickies. Got it. I'll record here. You know, and if you think something's going to take longer, you're going to want to move those things. Like, okay, cool. I can probably do one of these on a day when I have, you know, like maybe I actually want to start these on Friday, you know, whatever. You can move them around, and then you can see kind of what you have going on.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so that is how we would transition from the, I can stop sharing now. So that's how we would transition from the launch phase to the delivery phase of a course launch or program launch. And I think that transition is so important, because if you can't deliver on what you sold, you end up, you know, with indigestion, and that's a problem. And something that you need to be aware of, especially if you're pre-selling, because you have to have time. You have to have the time blocked off to create the content if you don't have it created prior to selling it. I think that's really, really important. And also just the idea of sitting down and prioritizing what you have going on, especially if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not sure what to focus on, you have a lot, you know, you need to get these things done. Using something like the priorities planner that Olivia has to get yourself prioritized and then turn it around and put it into a project management tool that you can track, you can give due dates to, you can, you know, delegate, all of those things is they're an important combination, right? Like of two tools to make things successful. So anyway, I actually, you know what, Olivia, I would really love if you told people about your new program it really quickly, and then also where to find it. I'll make sure I include the links in the show notes, or in the show description, but I'd love if you would just tell people really quickly about it.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm talking about Productivity with Soul. It is starting soon. And so what I'm doing is I am supporting you to have, so if you have a course that you want to launch, if you have a content plan, doesn't matter what it is, but you focus on revenue generating activities in your business, and you get to, I help you prioritize it. So let's start from the beginning. So when you walk in right into this container, you know, I will help you one-on-one with what you need to work on first. Okay. And then after that, you decide what you want to get support with and what you want to do on your own. And I follow up with you, plan it out for the next 5-6 weeks. And then we get together once a week. I check up on you. We have co-working sessions to make sure that you are following, you know, the what you said you're going to do. And also through that, what's weaved into it is helping you focus on your work, making sure that, you know, you are stretching your capacity to focus and do the things that you say that you're going to do. So at the end, you know, you're not only going to get that support, but you're going to come out with a greater capacity to focus because you're going to have to be practicing your focus muscles. So that is Productivity with Soul. If you go to productivitywithsoul.com, you can apply and we'll get to chat.
Well, thank you so much. I'll also include the link for them to in the show description so that they can check that out. Yeah, I'm really grateful. Thank you so much for being here with me and sharing your tool with the audience and with me. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave comments, questions. I will answer them. If I can't, I will pull Olivia in and she'll be able to answer them. And make sure you subscribe so you can check out my future videos. And if you're looking for one-on-one support from me, I will include a link in the show description to book a call with me. So thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Olivia. And thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a great day. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.